Hey guys, this is actually the first video for our project. After 2,000 days of development, I thought it would make sense to just do a quick video going through some of the learnings we had in our project. And we built up about $125,000 of liquidity at this point, which I think is quite amazing. That's completely permanent liquidity, decentralized, meaning no one really has access to like pool all, take all that liquidity. So yeah, I kind of wrote down 5 points that are important, and we'll just go through them. So I think for the first point I wanted to talk about it was just to work your way backwards, and what I mean by that is get a good solid idea of where you want to go. Like, what system are you really trying to build? For me, 5 years ago, I was in a balcony for 4 hours thinking about this problem. Like, how do I prevent people from gaming the system? How do I make sure that it's secure? What's the formula? How much tokens are people going to get? A lot of these ideas were really solid in the beginning, right? And then I kind of worked my way backwards from there and said, okay, maybe we have to make some tweaks. For example, changing it from every second to every 15 seconds to match the Ethereum block time, and kind of get a good idea of where I want to be in 5 years and make sure the numbers look good. And I think we have a lot of numbers. Like, here's our core metrics, right? We built all these from scratch. Um, I would say really focus on the two important ones, which is available liquidity. Basically, tells you how much liquidity we have in the liquidity pools, and the yearly supply inflation, which is really the main driving point that we're trying to show, and all of those are trending down. And this is mathematically proven numbers from on-chain data, so they're not just like some made-up numbers that we're gonna like one day we will deliver these. No, this is all happening in real time. These are all the metrics that we've sourced. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to take your ideas but work your way backwards. So for the next point, solve a big problem and don't just copy other projects. And what I mean by that, don't just take a token and make a duplicate of it, change the name and an icon, and then try to promote it everywhere. In my opinion, it's just not innovative enough, right? You want to create something unique, and I think Ethereum is just full of innovation, and there's so much untapped potential, and you have time to just think. It doesn't have to be a 5-second job. Like, you can sit there, think of your idea, and then if you're comfortable enough to write a smart contract, you can go in that direction like we did, where we wrote all of our smart contracts. And we did get them audited like by Slowness 5 years ago. This was about $120,000. So of course I don't expect anyone to really have that kind of cash. And the only way we pulled this off was through our community. They fully funded this. This was back when liquidity was more plentiful than nowadays, I would say. So getting $120,000 now would probably be impossible. So yeah, it's I'm just happy that other people saw that we're solving a big problem, and and now we also have the numbers to prove that it's working. These are the numbers after 5 years, and as you can see, some numbers are looking better and better. Uh, and I'm just very happy to get to this point. And um, yeah, and for the next point, I think decentralization is king. And I think that we've really proven this with our project. We have, I would say, 6 different smart contracts. All of them are completely decentralized. And, there's no keys, there's no DAO, there's no person that can make a change. It's really decentralized. And the reason why you really want to do this for a project is um, it gives a sense of trust to users, but it also makes the system completely stable at all times. So, even if Ethereum um, continues kind of growing, you don't have to think about like, hey, there's some server, and if that server is going down, I'm going to have to restart everything, uh, and have to monitor something to make sure it's up. No, There's none of that, and really the reason why is, because we really thought about decentralization in the beginning. We want to make sure that there isn't a single point of failure, and I think it's very important. So this kind of ties back into the audit part that we've talked about, is that if you're going to go for this level of decentralization, make sure to get your audit if you can. If you can't, I mean, just please follow best practices for creating smart contracts. We have like a white paper here. I went through every single line of code, and I've explained in great detail of what it does, why I've added it, and where we're going with it. And also at the end, there is some secure development recommendation that I've added. So this is like taking the learnings from all the things and listing them here. So if you're interested, you can check it out. But just I can't stress this enough. Like, you don't want to be the guy responsible for any loss of funds because your computer got hacked and then your keys got leaked and someone was able to siphon money. And for the next point, I want to talk to you guys about the community, right? And I think the community is really key here. Like, we couldn't have really done anything without the communities, and they're still around. We've had people here for 5 years that they've been following along. They've been adding liquidity, buying tokens, participating in burning, and I really, 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 really want to thank everyone for still supporting me. And it's a crazy vision, and it's still, I'm like so happy that you guys are around, and I really can't thank you enough. You've been the best. And the last point, which in my opinion is the most important thing, this is the thing that will differentiate you against billions of tokens, right? Because every second there will be thousands and thousands of new tokens created. This is the future, and you have to be comfortable with it. So the only thing that will distinguish tokens will be unique tokenomics and ultimately liquidity. Because you don't even need tokenomics; you can just have some meme coin, and people just like the name. And if you have a lot of liquidity, they will come and they will trade. And for us, this is really the ultimate frontier. This is the thing that we're trying to increase. That is the thing we're chasing, because we have everything now in place. The only thing that is really missing for us is liquidity. And I am so happy that we've already made it so far. And really, what we're waiting for now at this point is for Ethereum to increase in value, because our liquidity is backed by Ethereum. So it will increase proportionally against that, and maybe reduce a little bit by inflation, of course. So I hope this video is helpful, and just want to thank my community again for all your support. Thanks, everyone.